Hello, welcome back once again. Thank you for coming here and joining me on my living room floor for a little bit of wedding chat. It is now definitely getting into autumn. It is so much colder outside, so it's nice to get in here, sit down, be all cozy and record another session for you. This week I am talking all about gift lists, so gift registry, giving money at weddings, all those sort of things, the options for you, what you can do, and some of the pros and cons about it. I was really nervous to do this video. Every time I have posted about this subject over on my TikTok channel, it has created this kind of ripple of responses. And there's been everything from I feel too awkward to ask my guests for any money on the wedding day, to too right they can bring me something, I'm paying a lot for the wedding day. And even guests getting involved saying, I love having a gift list, it gives me something to choose from and I know it's exactly what the couple want, down to it's up to me if I decide to give them a gift or not and I want to make the decision or choose something personal. So it really does divide the audience. That division of audience is a really strong divide and creates really strong opinions. So as I said, quite nervous to put this video out there, but on TikTok I don't have this time to talk. I don't have the time to go into all the different pros and cons and all the different options that are available out there. So I thought today was a great chance to sit down and go through it all, and hopefully you enjoy this video. If we haven't met before, my name is Beth and I'm a professional wedding planner here in the UK, and this channel is my little wedding world with, alongside my online affordable membership, I make sure that wedding planning is less stressful, more enjoyable and less overwhelming for brides right across the UK. So here we go. I may regret some of the comments I got on this video, but let's talk about it, all the different things you can do with gift registry and the options are available to you. Let's start with a traditional gift registry, and this tradition goes back a really long way. But the modern gift list came from America in the 1920s in a store called Marshall's Fields, and that nowadays is known as Macy's. They started off the first gift list registry sort of service, and many department stores soon followed suit afterwards. But fast forward to the modern day, it is still very much a popular thing to do for a bride and groom or for a couple before they start planning their wedding. It gives them the chance to ask for things that they never thought they would be able to have before and really set up their home. Now, it's much bigger in America than it is over here, but it's still something that I wanted to consider and still something I see a lot of couples doing. Although there are a lot of different opinions around whether a gift list should still be given nowadays, let's look at the pros to start with and try and keep this really positive. If you don't do yourselves a gift list, you are going to be asked about it. And if you don't say anything, people would likely still buy you gifts. So by doing a gift list, it allows you to be able to request certain items that you actually need, rather than ending up with loads of the same items or mugs in a style that you don't really like, china that you're never going to use, and things that just aren't you as a couple. No matter what my couples are choosing to do, I generally advise that you do set up some sort of gift registry. This allows your guests, if they do want to buy you something, generally the more older generation that like to go and purchase a gift to actually give you for your new home, they have a list to refer to and you're going to get something that you really want. But I know many of you are thinking, in today's society, you probably already lived together for some time, you've probably already set up that home and got everything you need. Well, a gift registry list is something that allows you to upgrade all those things or get items that you would never have dreamed of buying for yourself. This could be dinner sets, so when friends come over, you've actually got some nice stuff to use. It could be upgraded bedding. In the future, you're going to need this bedding at some point. You might as well have something nice to have in the future. This goes the same for towels. It could be that you are really into a certain activity. Maybe the two of you love to go camping or skiing, something like that. It doesn't have to be something for the home. It just needs to be something that is really important to both of you as a couple. Having gifts given to you on your wedding day is really special actually, and although a lot of people don't see it as a tradition nowadays, I know my parents have still got so many of the items that they had for their wedding, whether it be a gold plated tea set that we get out every Christmas or a really pretty embroidered tablecloth that is used for special occasions. It's always a story to talk about and some memories to think about. It can be really awkward to ask for gifts if this is the route you're going down, and when you're starting to set up this gift list, I usually suggest you go for stuff at different price ranges. Make sure you've got some low priced items, some medium and some more expensive. Some people won't be able to afford certain items, so you need those cheaper, kind of easier access items on there. Equally, some people may want to group a few different things together. For some of the more expensive items, maybe a group of friends all want to pitch in and get you something that's worth £300-400 in total. So don't be afraid when you're creating your list to put some low price items on there, but also go for some high price items that you'd never normally buy yourself. A lot of people kind of ask me as they're going about creating their gift list, how much they actually need to put on the list. Do you just put one item down for every guest, or do you put more? Usually my recommendation is to go for 2 items per guest. So say you've got 100 guests coming to your wedding, you need to put about 200 items on your gift registry. Now, I know that can seem a lot, but it's really nice to give all your guests an option to choose, and they're not forced to buy something that naturally they wouldn't go for if they were thinking of a gift for you. That way, guests can make it really nice and personal. Maybe your friend comes around every Friday night for a glass of wine and some little nibbles with you. They could buy you some nice glasses and some small little dishes, and maybe that's something then you can use together time and time again. Or perhaps you always steal your dad's drill to do DIY at home. Put one on there, and maybe dad wants to buy something like that for you that's kind of a little inside joke together. Once you've created this list, you're definitely going to want to keep revisiting it. Don't just kind of set it and leave it to run. You need to come back and make sure that there's still a good range of items in each price range. You don't want all the first people who go on there to buy all the cheaper stuff, and then some of your friends go on there a couple of months later and everything is kind of £200 plus. You want to make sure there's always diversity on there. So if all the cheaper items have gone, use that as an opportunity to add some more in. Maybe there's some more products that you didn't think you had time or the room to add on there. Now you can put them in and you may still get them. The last thing you want is your guests to feel kind of required to buy a high price item because there is nothing else on there. So make sure you're always given the options and not really putting them in that position that makes them feel awkward. If you're going down this route, when do you actually put together your registry? Is it early on in the day? Do you do it just before the wedding? How does it all work? Actually, you need to do it as early on as possible. And I often recommend people do it as soon as they've got engaged. Start building that list and putting things there. Although in the UK, it's not a big thing to buy engagement gifts, some of the family may want to do that, and actually showing them your list that you've already got put together is a really nice way of them having an idea of the things that you'd really want. Equally, some of your guests will start shopping super early to make sure that they've got your items and your gifts already done. So make sure it's there and available for everyone to access if they do approach you and ask for it. If you haven't got a clue where to start when it comes to this, a lot of sites will have suggested wedding registry lists. Now, this may not be your taste at all, and it may be stuff you know you're never ever going to use. But starting with a list is a really good way to kind of build a base. It may show you things that you didn't even know that you were going to want, but actually can kind of see the practical side of it. And equally, you can start with some of those items, get the foundations done, and then you can move on to stuff that's more you. But it just kind of gets the ball rolling, so you're not stuck there going, where do we even start and what is expected to be on this gift registry? And as a final point, when it comes to this sort of registry setup, I would usually suggest opting for a few different stores. So there's a few different areas and things to look at. Some of these may be online, and I always suggest going for a shop that people can actually visit as well. Again, some of the older generation might want to actually go shopping and see these items and pick out something for you in person. And there's always going to be people who are really late to the game and just need to run out to that shop last minute to go and get something because online delivery is going to take so long. So make sure that option's there, and you've got a few different suggested registry options. So that was quite a long list of stuff, and I've just thrown you a lot of information about gift registry. And as I said, it is still a popular option, and it's still something that I see people doing, and I think it is great to have that list there for any guests that want a little bit of help choosing something more personal for you or a gift that they know you're going to want. But a lot of people decide nowadays that they really don't want anything. They feel awkward about asking guests to buy gifts for them, and actually there are still a few other options and things that you can do. The first alternative option I would suggest would be doing charitable donations, and this has always been famous and well known. When the royals get married, it's more a charity donation rather than asking for any gifts. Now, charity donations can be set up in a couple of ways. You can either set up a bank account purely for people to transfer money into. You can set up a page on something like GoFundMe or a charity page where it actually just gets paid straight to the charity and you don't have to deal with that in the middle kind of spot. Or you can just accept money in the cards, and to be honest, you'll probably still end up getting money in cards as people are quite traditional and like to do that. But there's a couple of different ways to accept money for charity, and equally I always say choose a charity that you're either already involved in, or maybe it's really close to your heart. Maybe it's been really close to your family, someone's gone through something, or it's in memory of, sadly, a family member that can't be there that day. Alternatively, you could say that you really do have everything you need, you don't want people buying stuff for you, but there's actually something bigger in life that you would like to have some money towards. So instead of asking for money, as it can be quite awkward to say, please just give us money on your wedding day, it can be nice to say, the biggest gift is to have you here celebrating with us, but if you would like to contribute anything, then we would really appreciate some monetary gift or donation towards, and say something that you're going to donate it towards. This could be part of your honeymoon, it could be a new home, a renovation in your home, a new bathroom, something like that, or maybe a new kitchen if that's what you're going for. But in saying that it's going towards something, your guests will feel a part of something and they're giving it towards a certain thing that they can see in the future and maybe enjoy with you in years to come. You can just ignore the whole conversation completely, and to be honest, most people will just presume that you want money as a gift towards your wedding and they will just pop it in a card on the wedding day. But I always think it's nice to kind of come up with something and it makes them kind of realise and support you in getting towards that next goal in your life. One final option that I actually wanted to add in that I see a lot of couples doing, and to be honest, I think it's one of the nicest way to do, is set up a honeymoon fund, and people can go online to this website that you've set it up on and they can kind of contribute or pay for certain things on your honeymoon, whether this be a room upgrade, night on the beach with dinner and wine and that kind of thing. Maybe it's a bungee jump or a day in a spa, something like that. But they can actually purchase something for you to do and look forward to seeing your experience and your time there through photos and hearing stories afterwards. There are loads and loads of different websites that kind of host these sort of services, and I'll let you in a little secret. Although you'll set up a front page that looks like people are donating to certain things and you'll be able to see what people have donated to, in reality you just get the money paid out for you. You don't actually pay for those experiences through the website. So in reality, it is up to you what you actually do with the money after that, and you could choose to spend it on something totally different if that's what you wish to do. When it comes to communicating your wishes with guests on what you would like them to do, gift, money, donation wise, whatever you're doing, there are a few kind of rules and etiquette kind of things expected around this. Number one, I touched on it just a minute ago, you say nothing, and guests will generally in this kind of day and age presume that they put money in cards, but that does leave you open to people approaching you and asking what you want for your wedding, which if you're not that happy with that sort of conversation or asking for money, then can be avoided by putting something on the website in another way rather than just ignoring the point completely. When it comes to where you actually ask for money or gifts or however you're going to do it, there are a few bits of etiquette, and number one is you do not put it on the wedding invitation. The best way to do it is either in person with traditional, although I still feel that feels a little bit awkward. I personally love putting it on a wedding website, and guests just go on there, they have to RSVP through the website, they have to go on there, and one of the tabs on the website is purely gift registry or gifts or money donations, charity donations, however you want to do it. Most of the website building platforms that you use to create your wedding website make this really simple, and you can just add a link in really quick, really easy, make it really obvious for people, and hopefully they just go on there rather than having any conversations with you or asking any questions if you do want to avoid that. There is always a huge debate about who should see the gift list and whether evening guests coming to the wedding should actually be buying you a gift to come to your wedding day. And I can't give you any right answer on this. It is a personal decision, and to be honest, it's up to your guests. No matter who they are, whether they're coming to the full day or they're just coming to the evening do, a gift list should never be enforced on someone. If they want to bring money and put it in a card instead, that is totally fine. If they want to go and buy something that's more personal and make a decision to do that, that's really lovely to do. And if they don't bring anything, it's also not polite to ask for anything. So make it all obvious, have it there if that's what you want to do, but understand people do have the option to do exactly as they please. This registry list, donation, charity, money, whatever it is just a suggestion. It's not a demand after all. So leave it there and answer questions if you get asked them by your guests. And as a final thought to kind of leave all this on, I know a lot of people feel really awkward about asking for gifts, and that is totally normal. No one kind of likes asking. Even when it comes to birthdays and Christmases, most of us are quite awkward about opening gifts in front of people. But actually know that your guests really want to come and celebrate with you, and they want to bring a gift as a thank you and something to start off your new marriage together. And actually by putting this list together or letting them know what you really want, it makes their job a lot easier, and they know they're buying a gift that is going to be really useful to you and really loved. The real gift is actually just having your guests and family and friends there celebrating with you. You haven't invited them just to get a gift or money off them after all, and they know that. So make it as easy as possible, ask for the things that you want, don't feel too awkward about it, and just be really excited about your future life together and all these lovely things that you may have from your wedding day. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. It was a lot of information to put together. I know gift lists aren't for everyone, and it is going to be very personal choice what you decide to do, but I really hope that this little breakdown has helped you in the process and given you a few ideas along the way. If you've enjoyed this video, as always, hit the thumbs up button for me, and also if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop me a comment below. What do you actually feel about these lists? Are you going to go for it? Are you asking for money? How did you feel about asking everyone? I would love to hear your responses. Thank you as always for spending time here with me on my living room floor, and I will see you on another video very, very soon. Bye!